I'm going to give you the 3 easiest ways to start a conversation with the girl in the 3 situations that you're going to encounter the most. 3 situations are online app dating. The second situation is going about your day. And the third situation is a social setting, which could be a bar, a party, an event, anything like that where people are all around in a social setting. I'm going to give you a simple and effective way to start a conversation with the girl in each of those 3 settings. So the first situation is one of everybody's favorite, the online and app dating. So either you've matched with the girl or you're sending a first message to her and you're wondering, what the heck do I say? First, before I tell you what to say, let me quickly say what not to say. Most guys hop on there and they're saying, hey, as their first message, or hi, and followed by some compliment. Hi, you're gorgeous, or hi, you're beautiful, something like that. And what happens is if you send the same message that every guy is sending, you won't stand out. You're going to definitely want to stand out more than you want to blend in. Another thing too, which is going to be my tip for you today on how to start a conversation on online or app dating, is to show that you put a little bit of effort in, to show that you actually read her profile and maybe picked up on something that you and her could connect on. So my favorite way to start a conversation with a girl on one of these apps or on a dating website is to refer to something in her profile and hopefully throw a little humor in there. If I notice something like travel in a girl's profile, you're going to look at her bio and see what she says. If I notice something like travel, that's something that I'm interested in, and it's a good way to open up a conversation with the girl. So I would say something like, oh, I just got back from the West Coast. It was an awesome trip. You can maybe throw a little details about what you did out there. Then I'd say, where's the last place that you traveled to? And then I put in parentheses, and Starbucks doesn't count. And you could say Starbucks or anywhere like that, but it's a little comedic relief at the end, but you're also asking her a question. So it gives her a reason to answer you and respond. And also you're giving her a little bit more than just hi or hey or you're really cute. Now you could do this for anything that's in there. A popular thing I see in girls' dating profiles is dog mom, right? There are a lot of girls who have dogs. So you could say to her, are you a stay-at-home dog mom or do you drop it off to daycare, right? Something like that. It's a little question. It's funny. It's a joke, right? Just a little something different than hi or hey is going to work. So the best thing you could do, in my opinion, is pick something from her profile. If not her profile, then from her pictures if necessary, and kind of go with it. If she has just plain pictures of herself and nothing in her profile, and that's probably not going to go that well anyway, to be honest. Now the second situation is going to be going about your day. So let's use, for example, somewhere like the grocery store. Now some guys advocate a very direct approach of just going right up to the girl, telling her you had to talk to her, and you could definitely do that, and that can work sometimes. I find a lot of guys have a lot of anxiety around that, so a very simple way to start a conversation in this situation is to make a comment about the environment or the situation as the girl's near you. So for example, a couple ones that I've used before, if I'm in the freezer section of the grocery store and there's a woman, let's say within 5 feet or so, even 10 feet of me, I may say something out loud. I'll say, you got to grab what you need in this section really quick or you're going to freeze to death, right? And she gets a laugh or whatever. You could be picking out the fruit at the grocery store and say, you never know which one. You got to squeeze at least 10 of them. That's my rule. You got to squeeze at least 10 of them to find which one is good. Just making an offhand comment based on something that's going on. If you're in a clothing store and the girl's holding something up, you could say, you got to get that. That is so you right there. And just a little comment or something on what's going on. 2 girls could be having a conversation and you overhear something and you can make a comment about something that they say. I remember I was at a t-shirt store and 2 girls were looking at shirts and they were arguing about the shirts, and one said, oh, that's definitely a dad shirt, right? Like saying the shirt wasn't that cool. It was like a dad shirt. And I giggled a bit and I said, that one is definitely a dad shirt. And they both laughed. Now here's the key. You can make these comments and look for opportunities to make these comments, and they work really great, but you have to follow it up. If you don't follow it up, you won't get into a conversation. So the follow-up is very simple. It's just, I'm Joe, by the way. And you put your hand out, shake their hand, and just start a conversation. And you could just go into a question or ask them what they're doing and what they're up to that day. But you need to transition off of one of those comments. You need to introduce yourself and start an actual conversation. That is the key to using this type of approach. And if you do that, it can actually work really, really well. Now, the third situation, which is one of my favorite situations and my favorite places to meet women, is in a social gathering. This could be a party, this could be a networking event, it could be a meetup, it could be a bar or a lounge. And in this situation, the environment is much more conducive to mingling and people meeting each other. So in this situation, I don't like to make it complicated at all. I will simply go in for a name introduction. That's what I do almost every single time, and it works like a charm. All you really need to do is just say, "Hi, I'm Joe. What's your name?" And introduce yourself to the girl and say, "I wanted to come and say hi to you." That's it. That's really all it has to be. People like to overcomplicate these things. You could definitely use the situational type of approach that I gave you for going about your day. You can use that in this situation, but it's very simple just to say hi and introduce yourself, because the environment is so conducive to meeting people that if you stand up straight, put a smile on your face, and just introduce yourself, then you could start a conversation very easily. There's something about putting your hand out and going in for a handshake that it actually makes it awkward for the person to be like, no, thank you, especially in that type of environment where socializing is expected. I want you to get out there. I want you to try these three approaches in those three different types of situations and let me know how it goes. If you need any more help with it or you have any questions, feel free to comment below or send me an email. Get out there, have some fun, start some conversation with girls.